What's going on YouTube? We got a pretty simple video today. Today I'm going to be going over the best usable catcher cap in Diamond Dynasty. For those who have been experimenting with different creative players, you would have come to find out that none of the gold or diamond archetypes that have catcher as a secondary actually allows you to play catcher in Diamond Dynasty. If you try using a diamond or gold catcher cap, or not even catcher cap, but diamond or gold archetype with catcher as a secondary on your team, you'll notice that they drop balls, they have no kind of accuracy window, so you can't throw anyone out, and it's just overall a bad experience. Today I'm going to go over the best cap that you can build right now until STS decides to patch it, and the way you can grind this card and be able to get him the way he looks right now. Now, as you can see here, this is my catcher cap as it is right now. I've put in a lot of work grinding, and as you can see with the stats here, you can already argue that he is, undoubtedly the best catcher in the game in Diamond Dynasty right now. When you're finished grinding your guy or to your liking, you can get your contact to 100 against each side, and your power can actually max out to 101 against each side. I just haven't finished maxing out the power versus lefties yet. When you go over to the fielding, you can get up to 97 fielding. Your blocking can actually max out at 99. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. And you can max out at 76 speed and 76 stealing. And the best part about this card here is that you can choose whatever swing you like. You can make him a switch hitter, whatever height, weight, fully customizable, and compared to other catchers in the game, you pretty much have an advantage in every sense of the word. And I can actually go over some of the other top catchers in the game and show you exactly why this catcher is better than those. Now, in my opinion, the three best catchers in the game right now as of May 10th, 2021, in order from worst to best, is Adley Rutschman, Jorge Posada, the Jorge Posada you get from collecting the Yankees players in the Live Series collection, and then Mike Piazza, the first inning boss. So we're going to start here with Adley Rutschman and compare him to what our cap can look like. So our cap can have 100 contact versus each side. Obviously, Adley Rutschman doesn't meet that. Even if you parallel 5 Adley, he'll get to 91, 95. Power-wise, we have 101 against each side. Rutschman will barely be at 80 versus lefties and just get over it versus righties. Fielding wise, you're going to have better fielding and blocking once you finish grinding this cap out. The only stat that Adley really beats him in that's significant is arm strength, which can get up to 90, which is a bonus. And Adley Rutschman also is a switch hitter, but if you don't like his swing, you don't have the choice to be able to pick your own swing there. So there's Adley Rutschman. If we head over to Mike Piazza and look at his card, we'll see that the power numbers and contact numbers are a lot more comparable, especially at Prestige. But again, you don't get the ability to switch hit. Fielding wise, it's a significant downgrade. You can't even get to gold fielding with Mike Piazza, and then the speed isn't even close. The one thing about the Piazza compared to our cap is that the arm strength is actually exactly the same. But if you were to parallel 5 this Mike Piazza, he'll end up with 5 more arm strength. Arm strength is really the only weakness of the cap right now in comparison to the other top catchers in the game. And now we can actually head over to Jorge Posada, who I have in my inventory because I do have the collections completed. We head over to Jorge Posada, and Jorge Posada actually is kind of the reason why I decided to switch over to my creative player cap. I love Posada's swing. I love his ability to switch hit. His fielding is low, but in general, fielding isn't the biggest deal this year. But what brought it to me that I couldn't really use this card anymore is that he's very slow and he has a shift. And you have to deal with that shift with this card and also with the Salvador Perez card, which is high up there when it comes to catchers in the game right now. That 119 contact is great, but when you have a shift like that and that kind of speed, if you don't hit a perfect gap shot or a home run, you're not going to get a hit, unfortunately. And I end up hitting into a lot of line drive outs or a lot of hard ground ball outs that would be hits if it wasn't for the shift. And when it comes to hitting home runs, with that power and that range, it's kind of hit or miss if you're going to get over the wall or not. Even on perfects, it might go, it might not go. I'd rather not have to deal with that guessing game, and I'd rather just take the well-rounded cap that we have. And now I'm going to kind of get into what to grind and what equipment I put on my guy and stuff like that. Now we are in my squad screen right now. This is the team I currently have constructed. This is an issue a lot of people might run into once they get to the point that I'm at. You have the collections done, you have Buxton, you have, you know, a pretty much set outfield and infield outside of catcher, and you don't want to take Jackie Robinson, Chipper, or Soriano out of your lineup, or maybe even Steve Finley. I'm good with all those cards, so I wanted to have a catcher that I like hitting with, and Posada ended up not being that guy for me. So that's when I wanted to figure out how I can make a catcher cap usable. And as of right now, like I mentioned earlier in the video, there's no silver, gold, or diamond archetypes that have catcher primary. And as of right now, on May 10th, no caps that have a secondary catcher can actually catch in the game. They're going to let balls go between their legs to the backstop consistently. Their accuracy meter is shortened significantly. It's as if they're playing out of position. And I don't believe SDS meant it for it to be that way, and they're going to end up fixing it at some point, but right now they're focused on all the server issues in the game. So let's get into the catcher cap and get into the minor details here. Now, if you look here, you'll say, hey, he's a 65 overall. Why doesn't that change? Well, for this archetype, you are using the bronze catcher primary because that's the only catcher in the game right now in DD that can actually fill this position. And if you look at the stats for any archetype, these are what the base stats are, and any archetype you use is going to appear as a 65 overall because all of your stats can only max out at 50, and it's your perks and your equipment that actually boost your stats to what they look like at the beginning of the video when I showed you. Now, right now, I have my contact against each side and power maxed out to 50, and my power against lefties can actually get 5 more. And as you can see, I believe my blocking right now is 84 with my perks and equipment. But right now it's only set at 33, and I still have another 17 points to earn through Road to the Show. That will allow me to get up to 99 blocking. So you will have 97 fielding and 99 blocking. So that's like the absolute best you can do right now, right? And my arm strength is maxed out, so 74 arm strength is as high as you can get. You'll have the 76 speed, you'll have all that. And now we're going to get into the equipment that I chose for my cap to get him where he is. So if you look in the screen here, you can see that I have the bronze archetype selected because, again, like I said, this is the only archetype in the game that has catcher as a primary. I grinded the Hawk out. This is probably the best shortstop build that you can make. I can probably make a video on that. If you have questions on that, you can ask me in the comment section. But if you look at these archetypes closely, you'll see preferred positions, and it will be shortstop, catcher, first base, whatever else. You'll go here to the mechanical man. You'll also see shortstop, catcher. And the way it's supposed to work is that you can put your cap into that catcher position as a secondary, and you'll only lose 5 reaction, 5 fielding. But that's not how it works. So this is the best choice for you if you want to, if you're in a situation where I am, where you want to have a cap at catcher, and you can pretty much have the best catcher in the game. So if we go over to my perks, I have 2 perks equipped. I have power 7 and I have contact 5. And these are important because the way they upgrade your contact and your power is significant, but it's also important to note what stats they downgrade. So I went with the power 7 because I'm only going to be losing 3 arm accuracy, 4 fielding, and then 4 reaction. And then, oops, let me go back there. And then I went with contact 5 because I'm only going to be losing out on 5 speed, which, you know, you'll still have 76 speed, which is the best at any, catcher, so that's not a big deal. 4 arm accuracy and 4 reaction. So, and as you saw with the stats that we had at the beginning of the video, that's not going to really be an issue. Now, if we head over to the loadout here and look at the equipment, I'll quickly go over every equipment item I chose. I went with these diamond glasses, the radars. You get 6 fielding, 5 arm accuracy, and 5 reaction. So you're already making up for the downgrades you get from the perks. This compression sleeve, this gold one, is the only one that gives you 5 arm strength, and you want to get as much of that as you possibly can. We're gonna have the legendary call ritual, the best ritual in the game. You get 8 power and 8 contact from this alone. Very important to have that one. When it comes to things that boost your discipline and durability, you can really get anything. If you're looking to save stubs, this is not that important. Batting gloves, however, are important. I went with the Jordan gloves because you get 6 contact and 5 power. There are gloves that can give you a little bit more power, but I thought that it was important that I got to the threshold of hitting 100 contacts. Because if you remember from the beginning of the video, our contact is exactly at 100, and that's an important threshold to hit, especially when you get up to Hall of Fame and Legend. Bat grips. Now, you can get this Jackie Robinson bat grip from completing the Jackie Robinson Conquest map. I can go ahead and show that for you for people that may not know that that's a thing. But you can actually get 3 of the best equipment items in the game from beating the Jackie Robinson Conquest map, and it's really easy to do. Just like the bat grip, also got this bat that gives you 8 power, 8 contact. Also from that Jackie Robinson Conquest map. Very important to get that done. And the socks, there we go. Jackie Robinson Conquest map. Unlike the Tatis socks, these give you +7 speed instead of +6 speed. Very important. And, oh, actually, you get 4 equipment items from the Jackie Robinson Conquest map. So, very important to do that. You get 14 speed here, 8 stealing, 11 reaction. Pretty good, pretty good. Shin guard, same as the elbow guard up there. It's a discipline and durability. I believe there is a diamond version of this, but I didn't bother getting it because discipline this year does not affect in-game when you're playing. And durability also doesn't really have any kind of impact on your player when you're playing in-game. So that's not a big deal. Now, some of the catcher equipment is something to stay focused on. As you can see, I have all these silver leg guards, but the one I have selected is the only one that gives you +3 blocking. So that's the best one to get there. And if I'm going a little too fast, you can always pause the video and look at, you know, the equipment I'm using. This glove I believe I chose is the best because it gives you 10 fielding and also gives you 9 arm strength. I think that's the highest combination of those 2 stats. And I believe this is the glove that gives you the most arm strength, so that's the best choice there. Elbow guard, I actually pulled this diamond one out of a pack, so that's why I used it. But if you look at the stat tip boost, it's also just a discipline and durability equipment, so that's not a big issue. You can go with a silver one or whatever you want. Again, discipline durability really has no impact in game. I only have that because I pulled it. This chest protector, unlike some of the other ones, is the only one that gives you +5 blocking. This is the best one to get. And then when it comes to the catcher's mask, this is the only catcher's mask that gives you 8 blocking. Some of the other ones I believe give you 6. This is the highest piece of equipment that gives you +8 blocking there. And that is all the equipment I have. Those are the perks. And now I'm going to go back to the lineup screen and show you, the catcher cap in its final form. All right, here we are on the play versus CPU screen. I'm just wanted to run through this one more time. The stats, and not the stats, but the equipment that I chose was very specific because it allowed you to reach certain thresholds that I thought were important. Like I thought it was important to reach over 70 arm strength, and this is the best arm strength that you can actually get. And I especially thought it was important to be able to hit 100 contact against each side. This is where your cap can be. You can actually get that power versus left up to 101, so you'll have 100 contact and 101 power across the board. And you can't see it here, but the blocking right now is at 84, but your blocking can't get to 99 blocking. Now, when it comes to grinding your catcher cap, or just grinding a cap in general, you're gonna do it here in Road to the Show. This is the quickest way to upgrade your player, and it's really the only way to upgrade your base stats. If you remember, I showed you my base stat screen where you can get all your stats to max 50. This is where you're going to be putting the work in to get your cap to where you need them to be, to get them to the level that I have them at now and even further than that. Now, if you look at my ball player here, this is the build that I have created so that I am able to use him on Diamond Dynasty. But the build that I'm actually using in Road to the Show games is this one right here. It's the Mechanical Man. The glitch that makes it to where you can't play catcher at a secondary in Diamond Dynasty is not present in Road to the Show. So you can use any of these diamond, gold, silver, any of these archetypes that have catcher as a secondary as a catcher in Road to the Show, as long as you chose catcher at the beginning of the Road to the Show. So I'm actually going to activate this here. And you can see I'm actually at 99 overall from how much I played. If you want to look at my build, I have the Mechanical Man. I have power 6 and power 7 activated, along with contact 5 and contact 6. This can be something to note when SDS does finally fix the issue with the secondary caps. I believe this might be the best catcher to use, and if not, maybe a variation of the Hawk archetype that I have over here. where I have the same, I actually have similar perks here, but I have fielding instead of a contact one there because I would be using him at shortstop. But this is the build that I have here. As you can see, I have a lot of the path done on the final path, and that's actually just from simulating through games. Now, a patch did get released where you can't simulate by pressing into game and get your stats anymore, but there is a workaround that I can show you here in this video. But yeah, you can get through, like, this only took me a matter of 3 hours grinding up to the point that I am now. There's 4 paths you go through. There's the bronze, silver, gold, and then this is the one that you get only with a diamond, but at this point you would already have the diamond archetype unlocked. So I'm gonna go into a game and actually show what I was doing through every single series and after each series to get the stats up that I wanted to get up. So I'll go to play next. We'll get into a game here, click play game, and then choose the best archetype that you have available. You can actually grind any archetype to get your base stats up. Your base stats stay where they are no matter how many road to the show saves you have and no matter how many different players you have. So I can be working on a shortstop, a catcher, or a pitcher. As long as you know, I'm just working on different archetypes, doesn't matter what I'm working on, I'm always going to be improving those base stats that get to max 50. So after I grinded my shortstop cat first, I ended up grinding this one, and this only took about 3 hours. I'm just simulating through the games. And I actually am in a creative stadium here. Some creative stadiums that are small can help you grind, you know, hitting home runs and stuff like that a lot quicker. So here we're going to get into the game. All I'm going to do is hit next appearance. What you used to be able to do is go to end of game and you'll keep your stats, but they patched that. But the workaround is simply hitting next appearance, skipping, next appearance, skipping, next appearance, skipping, game over. You come back through here, you hit return to clubhouse, confirm exit. We've finished the series after playing that game right there. If you're still in the middle of a series, it'll give you the option to go straight into the next game. Now this says no rewards here, but you can ignore that. As you can see, I'm getting progress to my base stats. So my plate vision at base is 35 right now. I just made progress to get towards 36, and vice versa. And if you get hits in the game, if you know, you'll get progress towards your contact. If you hit a home run, you'll get contact, or you'll get progress towards your power, things of that nature. Very easy. And then you'll get back into the clubhouse, and we'll see if they give it to me here. Perfect. Actually, no, this isn't it. This is some kind of cutscene here. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip through that. Let's just get through this. Alright, play game. I'll show you one more time. You're going to just simulate through the game. And something to mention is you can actually, once you sim through these games, there's times you come back to the locker room and you'll get a training day. It allows you to pick something to work on to boost a stat. And if you're focusing on one thing at a time, you know, you'll want to go for your contact, you're going to want to go for your arm strength, you're going to want to go for your blocking, all the stats that you want to, you know, get maxed out first. Skip through this. I'm going to skip next appearance, skip next appearance, and just keep doing this over and over again. Next appearance, boom, game over. Play next game. It allows you to go into the next game. I am gaining progress here. Base. I'm gonna do this one more time. I want to be able to show you all what happens when you do complete a series and you get a training day and how effective that can be. So we're just gonna go through here. Skipping, just go next appearance, finishing that off. Okay, we now finish another series. Hopefully we get a training day. If it's not here, I will just pause the video and I'll skip ahead to when I do get one to show you all what it looks like. We're gaining progress here. We did lose a little bit of contact versus right, so I will have to go ahead and get that boosted back up, because that means on my final cap I will have 99 contact instead of 100, and you don't want that. So that's something to keep an eye on once you do get your base stats maxed out. We're gonna hit play next. Here we go. Off day. It's usually the off days when you're gonna get this screen here. This is what I was talking about. You have the training days now, and you can actually choose on what you want to work on. So As you can see, my arm accuracy can use an upgrade. I already have my arm strength and fielding maxed out. My speed's maxed out at 50. If you go to the training facility, speed, I would suggest probably doing arm strength first, because that's probably the hardest thing to upgrade through game. I rarely have ever seen a game where I've gotten an arm strength upgrade just from simulating. So that's probably the primary focus, and then from there I'll probably focus on contact and then power. Now, as you saw though earlier, I lost some contact versus right, so I want to go ahead and make sure I get that max back out. There we go. Do a little, just click the training there, and now I'm maxed out at 50 again. And that's how you grind the cap. That's how you get your stats maxed out at base. I've gone over your perks that you should use. I've gone over the equipment that you should use. Right now, as we stand in the year, May 10th, 2021, this is the best catcher cap that is available to you. Hopefully this helped you all. If you have any more questions, you can ask me in the comment section. I remain active there, and I'll be able to help you all out. I'm going to be having more tip videos coming out soon, more videos of just me playing ranked, stuff like that. Right now, I'm undefeated in ranked. I'm 16-0. I'm going to make a real series push before this series is over. Appreciate you all watching the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and all that. Now stay easy.